Hi YouTube, welcome back to another video. And as you saw from the title, today we're going to be talking about breaking the fear, growing your self-love, and at the same time the journey to get to that. Now I know as a human being that there are like certain things that you went through, I went through, everyone went through, and we managed to hit a certain rock bottom. If you haven't, then this is actually an idea for you. Hitting rock bottom is actually one of the best things that can happen to you. I know it's basically worse whenever you're going through it, but it's actually gonna break the fear or the illusion of that life that you built out of fear. So it's like the moment that you hit rock bottom and you manage to go through it and get better at something, then your brain will no longer have evidence or create a scenario inside your brain, because every time your brain is talking or saying like, oh my god, you cannot do this, or this is really hard, you actually will remember the times where or when you hit rock bottoms and you just start like building yourself again, again. So your brain will no longer have any evidence to tell you that you cannot do something, or your brain will not have the, let's say, the power. I'm not gonna say, you know, your brain will not have that power of like telling you that this is not going to work, because basically throughout time it shows that it worked out for you and you let yourself go through it. So that's why all the time I'd be like, whenever you're going through something, just go through it. Like, just go through it in a fact or in a way that would allow you to build you better. The moments where I felt like nobody is there for me and I had to cope with that, I had to just sit down with myself and be like, that's fine, I got myself and I can definitely work on it. And I kept like regulating my nervous system, and I kept regulating my system in general, just for the sake of like, I just want to go through it, I just want to get it done, like I just want to finish this terrible feeling that I'm going through, but I'm not gonna numb it with anything else or distract myself with like talking to people or taking whatever like whatever life throws at you from like unhealthy ways. But I chose a different path, which was like, I'm going through it. If I look insane, I look insane. Like, mind your business. I'm going through a phase. And it felt worse. Like, it felt really bad, simply because I thought like, oh my god, this is going to be so bad and so worse. And it was so bad and it was so worse. But the fact that I went through it with like a mindset of like, I got myself, and these people, or the people that I thought are like there for me, are not there for me. So I had to just build and like a mindset that would be supportive for me, and that would just allow me to keep my beautiful circle around, and the people that I love around, and the people that actually support me around. But sometimes, like, even when people are supporting you, it's not in the way that would actually support you. So it's like, either way you will have to stand for yourself. When they say like, nobody's coming to save you, that's exactly what I went through. But that was lovely. That was lovely from the fact that I had to just go through it. And then after a while, every time I think of something or thinking of starting something, and I have this idea of like, oh my god, oh, this is a new thing, my brain shift, or my thoughts shift immediately, simply because I have new evidence that I went through worse and it didn't break me. It actually built the best version of me. And so it's like, this is life. You will have to go through challenges, you will have to go through this, you have to go through that, in order for you to actually become better at something or build yourself out of something. I, as always, I be saying like, these are like just experiences that we be going through in this life, but make sure that you are always there for yourself. Make sure that you are always speaking positively to yourself and showing up. Like, just show up for who you are, show up for like the version that you want to build, show up and look like that version. So whenever you go through these phases and hitting rock bottom, one thing you will have to do to actually level up from that is gonna be self-love. So you are gonna be the person watering yourself, pouring into your cup, and knowing how to calm yourself down whenever things don't go in a way that you plan for. I've had like many scenarios in my life where I planned for something and the plan didn't just go, like not happening, it went worse. Like it went 180 sharp on, like it's not going to click in any shape or form. But during those times, I know I was panicking. I know panicking is not gonna get me anywhere. I know if I, gave up to that feeling of like panicking and, just let myself fully go into that, it's really not gonna solve it. So here's what I've done. I allowed myself to vent. So I talked about it. I talked how bad it feels, and I talked about every feeling that I was going through. I also cried and let everything out through crying, through journaling, even laying down on the floor just to feel like, oh my God, I am really, not in a good place right now. And I'm not gonna lie to you. That is the worst. Like that is the worst to me. Like that is the worst. But then like at a certain point, I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Like we are about to just, hold ourselves, go through it. Whenever we need to cry, we're gonna cry. Whenever we need to look crazy, we're gonna look crazy. But we are going to get it together. And I love you no matter what. And I'm gonna take you up. That's all that I said to myself. And I was like just literally allowing myself to go through the emotions, but allowing myself to be stronger than that. Not giving up to it, like just acknowledging it and knowing exactly what I'm going through and validating it, but not allowing myself to go fully into that or numb it with whatever. Because if you allow yourself to give up to that emotion, it's actually going to be bad, because you'll probably find yourself taking substances, or numbing that with anything, or distracting yourself with like talking to people, and then like you're not building any connections. It's like you're just mentally you're somewhere else. You're just wasting time and avoiding to deal with yourself. So I would say like just face yourself. Like, yeah, I'm sad. I feel so bad about this. It's really annoying at this point, and it's really disappointing. This is so bad. But the fact that I was like just pouring my heart into that, and then just knowing that I have to love myself and I have to rely on supporting and loving myself to take me out of it, that's actually how it worked. That's actually how it went from like laying down on the floor to actually, getting up, getting things done. It sucks, but it helped, it helped me to kind of like just overcome that. So that's why I'll be saying like hitting rock bottom is actually one of the best things, because you let go of every single fear. There is no longer fear. To me, there is no worse than that. And the fact that didn't stop me from like just getting up, putting makeup on, wearing my beautiful dresses, putting my best shoes on, putting good perfume, going out, even though I was broken inside, but I had to just respect myself and love myself no matter what, and show up. I had to show up for me. Nobody else, nothing else. Showing up for me. So that really helped me to kind of like just, okay, now that I have this, I like that feeling. So once you start having actually self-love, and you start knowing how to do you, oh my God, I'm not gonna get into this. This is, like this is the best thing. Like this is gold, pure gold. Like like it's just gonna bring up like a lot of good things into your life, and it helps you to sort of like just see it from that angle. Like just see like, oh my God, yeah, I actually can get better at this. I actually can get better at that. And you start analyzing things. You start looking for, okay, so with this amount of support, I can actually get better at this. With this amount of support, like your brain will shift from like just telling you that it's not gonna work to, oh, I have evidence. This person already did the work and went through what we think or what we thought is gonna kill them. But it actually turned into a different way. That person actually managed to overcome it and get better and love themselves. And it's like everything is based on proof. So prove it to yourself. But don't prove it to yourself with like lies or flexing or doing this or that. Just prove it to yourself by loving yourself and by not allowing yourself to choose the same thing over and over and over again. One thing that I notice about myself is like I start looking at things from a perspective of like, is it a pattern I'm repeating? Should I cut this habit? Or if I see like, oh my god, I keep on repeating this, I'm no longer that person. Boom, and it disappear. Like it just disappear. Like, and this was not scares, but this what makes like a lot of people scared. Whenever I say this to them, is because maybe today I'm this person, tomorrow I'll wake up and I decide I no longer like this version, and boom, it's gone. Like it's gone, and you cannot, like you will have to get to know me again in order for you to know that. And that's why I love my circle and the people I built around that, is because they saw all the versions. They saw every single version, but they never questioned why that changed or why this behavior changed. They actually understood exactly why it changed. Because they're my circle, they know what I went through and they know exactly what caused that change. So this was like so rewarding to me, and it was like so helpful at a time where I needed to understand, okay, like I'm not for everyone and everyone are not for me, so boom, might as well like just decide. Like today I decided, for example, that I'm no longer a sick person. It's not gonna happen immediately, like you're not gonna heal or recover faster, but it's like when you decide that, your brain or you as a person, you start taking actions. You start taking care of your health. You start taking care of like, like what kind of supplements that you are taking, what kind of things that you're doing, what kind of habits that you are, currently doing that are like, hitting that, health that you have. Yeah, so that's one thing that I really love about this transformational journey. It's because once you get to decide something, it is happening. There is no in between. Like it is happening for sure, and no matter what, you're gonna commit to it. Of course it's gonna be hard, especially if it's your first time. It's gonna be definitely hard for you to maintain it over time or immediately maintain, especially if it's new. You will have to maintain at least 21 days to become a habit at something. So it's like you will have to be patient, but you will have to be aware and strong than your desires, than what you want. You will have to just be so aware in terms of like, okay, I am no longer defined as that person. I am no longer defined as a sick person. I am no longer defined as a smoker. I am a healthy person. I am a person that actually go after their goals. I am a person that actually pick themselves up and move on. I am a person that sit with their, with themselves and, just reflect on everything I'm going through and understand exactly how to get out of it by regulating my nervous system and focusing on like what makes sense to me and what feels right to me. So that's one thing that I wanted to talk a lot about, but it's like I just wanted to give you the tea and go as usual. But thank you guys for the support. Thank you for everything else. If you watched this video till the end, don't forget to subscribe. This is how I know I'm building best, beautiful, supporters and circle out there. And comment your thought. Like, what are you thinking? Like, give me the tea. And see you guys on my next one. Bye.